Hello everyone, this is Srinivas. Welcome to SV Chemistry Academy. Today I am going to discuss organic chemistry topic, substitution reactions. Actually, substitution reactions are classified into three types: nucleophilic substitution reactions, electrophilic substitution reactions, and free radical substitution reactions. So today I am going to discuss nucleophilic substitution reactions. Those simply we can say like SN reactions. So here SN reactions are of three types: SN1, right, SN2 and SNI reaction. Like these three types are there in SN reaction. Here SN reaction means nucleophilic substitution reaction. So this is the three types: SN1 reaction, SN2 reaction and SNI reaction. SN1 reaction means unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. Then SN2 means bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions. Coming to SNI, intramolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. So these are the three types are there in nucleophilic substitution reaction. Let me discuss one by one. Now, reaction mechanism of SN1 reaction, first type, SN1 means unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction, right? Then reaction alkyl halide undergoes SN1 reaction in the presence of aqueous KOH. It results alcohol. So in this product, first product having right side OH group, that OH group is retained its position. It means in the reactant leaving group halide is at right side. In the first product, attacking group is also right side. That nucleophile position retained, that's why that compound is called as retention product. If you propose the plane polarized light, then this first molecule rotate the plane polarized light by clockwise manner, so that that product is called as dextrorotatory compound. Then coming to second product, OH group is at the left side. In the reactant alkyl halide, leaving group is at right side. In the product, OH group is at the left side. So that product is called as inversion product. Complete reverse, no? That's why that is the product is called as inversion product. If you propose the plane polarized light over the second product, that rotates the plane polarized light by anti-clockwise manner, so that product is called as levorotatory compound. These two are there in a mixture. Such mixture is called as racemic mixture. right? Then coming to mechanism. SN1 reaction completed by two steps. This is what here? Two-step mechanism. Right? Then reaction mechanism, alkyl halide so this is the first step, slower one. That's why this is considered as rate determining step. In the first step, what happened? The bond between carbon and halogen breaking like heterolytic fission due to electronegativity differentiation. Then bonded electrons moving towards to more electronegativity halogen side. Then X removed as X minus. After that, we will get positive charge over carbon. So this is 3-degree carbocation. After that, second step. This is first step. So in this first step, nucleophile attacking over the carbocation by right side or by left side. If nucleophile attacking over the carbocation by right side, then it results right side OH group product if OH group attacking over carbocation by left side, resultant product is left side OH group containing alcohol. So this first one is rotate the light, plane polarized light by clockwise manner. So this is a dextrorotatory right side here. Left side rotatory compound is called as levorotatory compound. Such mixture is called as racemic mixture. Thereafter, in the rate determining step, this alkyl halide is only participated. Therefore, according to chemical kinetics, rate of the reaction is directly proportional to alkyl halide concentration. So the molecularity of the reaction is equal to 1. Therefore, this SN1 reaction is called as unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. So in the reaction mechanism of SN1 reaction, why the first step is slower, why the second step is faster? That explained by thermodynamic graph. Let me discuss the thermodynamic graph. On y-axis, energy was taken. On x-axis, reaction profile. Then the graph is like this only. This is the curve obtained in SN1 reaction mechanism. So this is the energy is called as reactant energy. This is the energy is called as product energy, and this is the energy is called as total energy. And in the graph, two of the parts are there. This first part is explained step 1 of SN1 reaction mechanism. This second part will explain step 2 of SN1 reaction mechanism. So the energy gap between total energy and reactant energy is called as activation energy. Then here activation energy is equal to Et minus Er, total energy minus reactant energy. Then the relation between activation energy and rate of the reaction is inversely proportional. Therefore, rate is inversely proportional to activation energy. Okay, then coming to first part of the graph. So this is the part explain step 1. This is the part explain step 2. Coming to step 1. Having this much of activation energy, then step 2 having this much of activation energy. As I told, the relation between rate of the reaction and activation energy, what is that? Inversely proportional. Therefore, first step having more activation energy means that rate will be slow. That is low. Therefore, slower one. Coming to second step. Second step having less activation energy. According to relation between rate and activation energy. Activation energy is lower one means rate of the reaction will be higher one. It means that should be faster. So based on this graph, with respect to activation energy, first step is slower one, second step is faster one. Then first step exothermic in nature or endothermic in nature, second step exothermic or endothermic in nature. That is also cleared by taking this graph. Then here reaction enthalpy is equal to activation energy of forward step minus activation energy of backward step. So here activation energy of a forward step is greater than, for example, forward step is greater than activation energy of backward step. It results what? Enthalpy of the reaction is positive. That indicates endothermic. Okay, then if activation energy of forward step is less than activation energy of backward step, therefore reaction enthalpy is negative. That indicates what? Exothermic. Okay, so here activation energy of this first one, forward step, this is backward step. So forward step greater, for backward step lesser. So that this forward step activation is greater than backward step activation energy. Therefore, resultant reaction enthalpy positive. So first step is endothermic in nature. Then coming to second part of this graph. Here this first activation energy is forward step activation energy, and this is the energy is called as backward step activation energy. Right? So here forward step activation energy is a smaller one, backward step activation energy is a larger one. Therefore, resultant reaction enthalpy is negative. So second step is exothermic in nature. First step is endothermic in nature, second step is exothermic in nature. Then what about overall reaction? Here the energy gap between these two, if we consider, product energy is this much, reactant energy is this much. So based on this, we can say overall reaction, SN1 reaction is exothermic reaction. Overall SN1 reaction is exothermic. Okay, so this graph explains two. What is that? Chemical kinetic explanation and thermodynamic explanation. According to chemical kinetics, rate of the reaction is inversely proportional to activation energy. So here first step having more activation energy, it means that rate will be slow. And second step of the reaction having less activation energy, it means the second step of the SN1 reaction is faster one. The thermodynamic explanation. Here reaction enthalpy is equal to forward step activation energy minus backward step activation energy. If forward step activation energy is greater than backward step activation energy, then resultant reaction enthalpy is positive, so that is considered as endothermic. So that first step is endothermic. Then coming to second step. Here in the second step, activation energy of forward step is lesser than activation energy of backward step. That cause to resultant enthalpy of reaction is negative, so that is considered as exothermic. But overall SN1 reaction is exothermic in nature. Then coming to SN2 reaction. Means bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. So here if we take reaction alkyl halide undergoes SN2 reaction in the presence of aqueous KOH to give alcohol. Right? Then here in reactant which participated in SN2 reaction, leaving group is at right side, but in the product which formed in the SN2 reaction, attacking nucleophile is at left side, complete reverse of the leaving group. So that resultant product is called as inverted product. This phenomenon explained by Walden scientist, that's why this is the process is called as Walden inversion process. Okay. So this is the product is also called as Walden inverted product. Then coming to reaction mechanism. This SN2 reaction completed by single step. It means this is single step reaction mechanism. So here this alkyl halide in the first step react with the nucleophile. So this is the step is slower step, which is also considered as rate determining step. Then in the slower step, rate determining step, nucleophile attacking over the carbon present in reactant space backside of the leaving group. Then it results transition state. Here leaving group, here attacking group, remaining hydrogens over the carbon. So this is the state is called as transition state. It means in SN1 reaction intermediate is stable carbocation, but in SN2 reaction intermediate is transition state. Then after this is very less stable state, that readily converted as product. This is the step is faster one. Then it results alcohol like this. According to Walden scientists, when the nucleophile attacking over the carbon, living group ready to moving out, then end of the reaction. After removing the living group, then complete bond formed between attacking nucleophile and the carbon present in the reactant. By that what happened? The groups, remaining groups over the carbon getting inversion. So this is the phenomenon is called as Walden inversion phenomenon. So scientists explain this Walden inversion phenomenon by taking the umbrella. So according to Walden scientists, here this is umbrella, right? And here assume that this is air. By air force, then the cap of the umbrella getting inversion position, opposite side. Then later this will be arranged like this. So this is the diagrammatical explanation by Walden scientists. That's why this is the phenomenon is called as the Walden inversion phenomenon. So here air means what? Nucleophile attacking. The cap of the umbrella means what here? Remaining groups over the carbon. And one more important point I would like to say here. In the intermediate of SN2 reaction, carbon having 5 bonds. Among these 5, 3 are stronger one, remaining 2 are weaker one. So hybridization of the carbon present in this transition state is sp2 hybridization. And also remember, in both the intermediate, SN1 intermediate, SN2 intermediate having same hybridization, that is sp2 hybridization. And here in the rate determining step of SN2 reaction mechanism, the rate is directly proportional to concentration of alkyl halides into concentration of nucleophile. Therefore, molecularity of the reaction is equal to 2. That's why this reaction is called as bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. So this is reaction and mechanism of SN2 reaction. Then coming to thermodynamic and chemical kinetic explanation of SN2 reaction. By taking graph like SN1, here on y-axis energy was taken, on x-axis reaction profile was taken. So by this we get one curve like this. So this is the energy is called as reactant energy. This is the energy is called as product energy, and this is the energy is called as total energy. Okay, then here the energy gap between reactant energy and total energy is called as activation energy. So here also same, the energy gap between product energy and total energy is called as activation energy. But the energy gap between total energy and reactant energy is called as forward step activation energy. The energy gap between total energy and product energy is called as backward step activation energy. Therefore, here reaction enthalpy is equal to activation energy of forward step minus activation energy of backward step. With respect to this graph, activation energy of forward step is less than activation energy of backward step. So that resultant enthalpy of the reaction is negative, so that considered as endothermic. Is it clear? Right? Then differences between SN1 reaction and SN2 reaction. Here SN1 reaction, here SN2 reaction. Coming to SN1, alkyl halides which favor to SN1 reaction, which favor to SN2 reaction. We have 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alkyl halides. Among them, which favor to SN1, which favor to SN2. Coming to first SN1 reaction, 3 degree alkyl halides greater than 2 degree alkyl halides greater than 1 degree alkyl halides greater than methyl halide. Coming to SN2 reaction, reverse of SN1 reaction, that is methyl alkyl halide greater than 1 degree alkyl halide greater than 2 degree alkyl halide greater than 3 degree alkyl halides. Then coming to next factor, solvent effect. Here SN1 reaction favored by polar protic solvent. Polar protic solvent, and SN2 reaction favored by polar aprotic solvent. Okay, then coming to SN1 reaction. In SN1 reaction, 3 degree or stable carbocation formed as intermediate. Right? Then what about SN2? Transition state formed as intermediate. A racemic mixture is product, and in SN2 reaction inverted product. So these are the main differences between SN1 and SN2 reaction. So in the next class we will discuss SNI, intramolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. That is also very important reaction. Thank you.